Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, it's Charlie Fibrosis, and today I'm going to do a very different type of video. And I kind of wanted to show off kind of all of my racing clothes, really, and sports related clothes, real quick. I have been collecting bits and pieces of memorabilia from cards to hero cards, especially, which, by the way, I will plan on having an updated video regarding some of the stuff that I've collected with hero cards, diecasts, stuff like that. I'm kind of finishing up in a couple of certain areas, and I'm near completion. There's just a few things I gotta finish cleaning up, is all, and figure out where I'm gonna put it. To show you this real quick, just as a preview, this is something that I recently found. This is a Petty Enterprises Petty Racing 50th anniversary. So this is a very special box set. It's got Jimmy Hensley, John Andretti, Kyle Petty, and the late Adam Petty, and this was made in 1999. Not actually too expensive to find nowadays, thankfully. But yeah, so okay, so let's get into it, shall we? So I think the first and foremost that I'll probably cover is, I think I'll go ahead and do the racing stuff first. Some of the stuff I actually just got today, and I'll let you know about that here in a second. Actually, instead, I'm going to show you off the hats first. So I'll actually show off the first one, which is just hanging off of my mic. This is my daily driver Cincinnati Reds hat. Around the time of the 150th this past year, I went ahead and got a red cap with a black bill, red cap with a red bill, and then the away team, which is black body, I think red bill. But this is my daily driver. This is what I go after each time I go to a Reds game or go to something similar, or what I use in my videos. I think I tend to do this. I also have a spare of some of these hats, so when one gets like worn out, sweated through, starts losing its color and everything like that, this will just become a beater hat and the backup specialty. And I think that's it. So Reds hat, very simple. Got this in the last season. Alright, next up. This isn't a sports hat, but it's a hat that really has a lot of sentimental value to me. This is a Spyro the Dragon hat. I got this as a present from my late aunt and my uncle. Really hasn't lost much color for being a black hat, but I really, really like it, and it still fits me to this day. When my aunt got it for me, it also came with a polo t-shirt, and surprisingly, this is still very comfortable. But it came with a Spyro polo. I can't really remember exactly what it looks like. I think we still have it around here. It's just too small for it to fit anyone. But I know I was over the top and so overjoyed with getting it, because I was a massive Spyro fan. Like, that was the video game besides Gran Turismo that I was like, you're allowed to play this and there's no issues with this. And my family love it. But the hat is the one thing that still stays together. This did take a little bit of damage. There used to be I think an Insomniac Games logo stitched into the back here, and it peeled off one day. The bill is a little bent up in the front, but not bad. Not bad. Just years of use, but it holds a lot of sentimental value. Alright, you'll get to see. I'll tell you which ones I have shirts associated with. This one I do. Simple Green Bay Packers hat. I'm a fan of the Packers. Around a couple of years ago, I think, when I was doing the Madden 06 playthrough, I had this hat in the middle of that playthrough and started wearing it. So, yeah, got that. Next one. This is actually from the same aunt, and this one has seen a lot more wear and tear over the years. little bit. But this is my Kyle Petty hat. It's lost some of the blue in the bill especially, and some in the back as well. It's got dust, it's got sweat. It's seen a lot of years of use. This is by far one of the coolest hats I have. I think my aunt got this for me at a Red Lobster, I believe. And for the last few years, I mean, if I could be able to find someone who would do this, I'd love to be able to get this hat recolored, so to speak. I'd love to, like, get it deeply, deeply cleaned, like super clean. Get some of the dirt out of some of the lettering, have the bill and the body kind of re-dyed to match the original blue coloring. Any strands of fabric that are loose, go ahead and snip them and do what needs to be done. I actually have a Kyle Petty, what's it called? A Kyle Petty pennant from 1997. I think this hat's from 1999. I'm going to have a Kyle Petty pennant that I keep behind the green screen. Next up, this is not the original hat that I had, but I was lucky enough to find a replacement for it. So this, ooh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay, I gotta get that cleaned. So this is not the original hat. This is the Oreo. I had one of these, an Oreo Ritz Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat. I got this initially at Kentucky Speedway. I then lost it for about 3 months. I found it actually stuck underneath the garage door and got that cleaned up, and then sometime later I ended up losing it, and I had not been able to find it since. So I went on eBay back in maybe like 2008? No, 2000, I want to say 2013, I think. Because I got a Dan Weldon hero card from when he drove the Target 10 car, which I still have in my collection. And I got a replacement Oreo Ritz hat. I've always loved this hat just because it goes from the gold design to the red top. And I think that this was significant of his 2003 car, if I remember right. And unfortunately, I lost the hook. So there's that. This one I don't wear as often, and I really should, because I do love it. It's just I don't have a backup of it. PPG, Ryan Blaney. Ever since the next hat that I'll actually show you is actually the first one that I got out of this lineup. So something about the new era 40 design of hats, I just find so comfortable about them. I think they're very, very soft. They don't really have any spots where, like, let me think here. This Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat, for example, was made by Chase Authentics back in the day. And yeah, this one is a new era 40, I believe. Yeah, new era 940. And I don't know what it is, but there's just something about these hats that just in how they're designed, how they are constructed, they're just so comfortable. They're comfortable and soft to the touch. They're very, very soft on the head and the sides. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s hat kind of rubs in a certain areas of my scalp, and that just kind of bothers me a little bit. But yeah, PPG, and I love this hat. Unfortunately, when I went to go and get a secondary one, they no longer have it in stock, and as I found out earlier this year, PPG is actually no longer sponsoring Ryan Blaney. And I doubt that PPG is going to have like the big push to go and just make another hat, but this time with Keselowski on the back instead of the 12 Newman. Alright, next up. We've got one that I think stands the test of time, I really, really enjoy. This is another 940 hat. This is the Ford Motorcraft hat. Technically, I think I got this when Blaney was still in the car, but I really, really like it. I like the fact that they really haven't changed the design too much between Blaney to Menard to Benedetto. I know they changed it for Benedetto, but they there's like no signification as to who the driver is in this hat. I just know that it's Blaney though from when I bought it. But I really, really like it. This is a very, I mean, like I said, I'm just going to say this outright. If you get a 940 hat and you get it in the NASCAR sizing, and I personally prefer adjustable because I grow my hair out, cut it short, everything else like that. 940s are just super comfortable, and I love it. So, yeah. Wood Brothers. You'll get to see a shirt associated with the Wood Brothers, and I have a body armor lanyard from when I met Ryan Blaney. Next up. This was shortly after 2018, I think in the winter time. But I got this. I got Martin Truex Jr.'s Furniture Row Racing, number 78, Bass Pro Shops hat. Funny thing is I actually had a Bass Pro hat from when I was like 8 or 9, and I wore that as a fishing hat when I used to go fishing. It was white, had a hook on it. I really liked the design of it, and I would wear that typically for Busch Series races if Junior was not running in them. And I really, really liked it. I think it ended up getting stained or damaged or something like that, and I just kind of tossed it aside and I stopped fishing eventually at one point. But I do like MTJ. Alright, next up, I'm going to show this one off. So, I want to say this. So, I think the way that they kind of do it for driver hats and everything like that is that I think that the driver gets a little bit of input based off of how they want the hat designed. I know of one time where I actually have a card of it. I think it's from 2008. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has a hat that I have that the back part is like mesh and the front part is like heavy stitching. I can't remember. I think that was Chase Authentics who was still making the hats back in 08. But I have a card where Junior is wearing the exact same hat that I ended up buying later on, which was National Guard related. So I don't know what's up, but I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. personally prefers the fitted hats, and that's a style, and that's what NASCAR pushes. That's what, Hendrick Motorsports pushes. This is technically an Alex Bowman hat, but like I said, 940 is really, really comfortable, so this is my Junior hat as well. It's really not all that different. I did at one point have a 920. I hated that hat and I eventually tossed it out. It just got really, really uncomfortable to wear. And then I had a mesh back hat from like 2015 or so that something happened to it and it got destroyed. Don't know what to say. But yeah, Nationwide. It's the last year that they'll sponsor a NASCAR for the time being, so there's that. Alright, next up. I do have something associated with this, sort of. Back in 2017, I want to say, 2018, I got this Charlie Kimball Novo Nordisk Chip Ganassi Racing hat from, I think, Chip Ganassi's store. And they had it on a heavy discount. Let's see here. Calavino Group. This hat's actually fairly comfortable all in all. I only wear it when I go to IndyCar races typically, even though that's out of date. But I do like it. Also, as I can see, the bat symbol on my chest is kind of blending into the green screen. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I really, really like this hat. It's pretty darn comfortable. And I did make some minor changes to it. So if you'll see here, I've got a Indianapolis 500 pin and then a, as I try to figure out which way I need to turn this, Spain. I got a Spain pin on here. My brother, who's in the Navy, he went to Spain when he was a senior in high school. He came back and gave me the Spain pin, and the Indianapolis pin came from an old friend of mine who I went to school with. She gave that to me as a present. So I put that on both hats. Part of the reason why is that the Spain. I've worn that hat when I've done Formula One before in F1 2018, F1 2019. So the 83 or the 98 is the number that I typically use for that. And then Indianapolis because it's Indianapolis. Alright, so I'm going to step out of frame. I'm going to scoot my chair back. And I'm going to go grab some shirts. And I'll show you guys off of that real quick. So, let's get into this because I have these two shirts that I just kind of got recently. So we got a STP Bubba Wallace 43 hat. Once again, 940. There is actually no signifying descriptor saying that, you know, this is Bubba Wallace, but I like it. Really, really do. And then I actually just got these two next three things today. So we got the Bubba Wallace STP shirt, and very similar to the hat. 43 on the back, STP on the chest. I don't know entirely what this is made out of. Oh, 50% cotton and 50% polyester. This shirt is like something you would sleep in. It is so, so soft. But I really like it. Next up, we got ourselves a Menards Ryan Blaney number 12, red and yellow with a little bit of black hat. This is kind of close to, it's kind of like a cross between the Bubba hat with its navy-ish colors and then a little bit of the MTJ hat with black, but this is more like a charcoal gray. Don't really hate it, I just don't like the color. I wish that they just went straight black with it, but that's me. Next up, now, I'll talk about this in a second because I do have other shirts to show here in a moment. And there is a shirt that I have that's very, very similar to this. I think I'm going to show that next. I got a pitch shirt. And I know that the yellow is blending with the green screen. I apologize. But we got the Menards pitch shirt from technically last season. I like this because it is lightweight and it is kind of got like a wicking material all about it. The thing is you would just want to wear an undershirt with this. And there's an element to where I do like this, but I also don't. I like it just because it's light, it's airy. You could wear this at the racetrack and you probably won't sweat through it as bad as cotton. This one is entirely made out of polyester. The only thing is you just have to wear an undershirt with it. I don't think wearing this on bare skin would feel all that comfortable. But to parallel to that, when I went to Kentucky last year to go see the NASCAR event, I did get this, which is essentially the same style of shirt. I know that I can actually get, yep, same thing, 100% polyester. I think you can get this style of shirt as akin to Bubba Wallace. That one is more of a novelty shirt though. I like wearing the pit shirts just for bigger support of the driver. Alright, next up. This is something that I don't wear too often because it's thick, it's heavy, and I just burn up in it. But we got a Dale Earnhardt Jr. pit jacket t-shirt style. So we got that. I typically pair that up with the Nationwide hat and we go with it that way. I know that you guys have seen me in something that looks similar to that, and I actually wore that when I won the Michigan race a few weeks ago. Next up, we've got a Tony Stewart t-shirt that I think I got from someone. I've worn this as like a sleep shirt typically, but it's nice. Oh wait, I got that at a Bass Pro Shops one day. Yeah, I remember. This is not directly racing related, not in NASCAR and not in IndyCar, but I do want to show it off. There's a place called Full Throttle Indoor Karting. I signed up as a member and started doing go-karting racing there. I got this shirt for free with my membership. I really, really like it. It's very soft. And on the back is because football, basketball, baseball, and baseball only require one ball. I think that's really, really funny. I typically wear that. I try to wear that if I go to league races during the week. This one, I'm sure you guys remember from probably Armor more than anything else. We've got a Ryan Blaney t-shirt. I bought this at the same time that I bought the hat, the Motorcraft hat. I really like this. It's not really all that fancy or anything like that, but I really like wearing it. I wore that when I met Blaney a couple years ago. This I bought later on down the line, and it is okay that that is the case. But I got this Traceba Insulin t-shirt. It does have Novo Nordisk on it. It's got Chevrolet. It's got the Verizon IndyCar series. Works out well. And then on the back we got USA flag, Charlie Kimball, big number 83 on the back there. If they did have the blue and orange shirt to go with the hat, I probably would have gotten that. But that's what they had, and it still counts as the same driver. All right, let's see what else. Because I want to fit within the same level of format for all this. We got quite a few. Okay. Set that there. Okay. Next up, I just got a simple NASCAR shirt. Got that at a Walmart, I think. This one is a Tony Stewart schedule shirt. Black on the front, schedule on the back. Nothing real big about that. Next up, I'm a fan of Ben Rhodes in the truck series. Got this Alpha Energy Solutions, I think off of Rhodes' website. Ben Rhodes, not really too fancy to it, and yeah, the green on the shirt's feeding into the green screen. What can I do? Next up, we got, this one is actually a Christmas present for my younger brother, and it still fits me to this day. Did good job. He got me this Dale Earnhardt Jr. Diet Mountain Dew shirt, and just like the Tony shirt, it's got the 2013 schedule in this case. But I love wearing this. It was a very, very thoughtful Christmas present, and he knows me very, very well. This one is typically what you'll see me wear, especially on stream, especially today. This is essentially just the Dale Earnhardt Jr. pit jacket, but it's just a t-shirt. So here's what I was going to say. When I showed you earlier the Blaney shirts with the pit shirts, I do wish that they just did a regular t-shirt. But I won't lie. If this was the only thing I was wearing in a race, and I sweated through that, I definitely would not want to be... I wouldn't want to whip my shirt off and then just be bare-chested all day. That wouldn't be comfortable for anyone. Okay, I got something else that I want to show off. One thing I wanted to show, and I did this in the sprint car video, Tasted Sprint Car Racing game. Got an Eldora hat, and I also have a Eldora shirt, but it's blue. Currently in the wash. And then this, as I look through here, got a few things to show off actually. There we go. Got them all. Okay, so we got my One Main Financial Elliott Sadler hat. This one I got at Kentucky, and I'm actually glad that I have it. This is a Dale Earnhardt Jr. It even has Dale Jr. on the back here. Got a Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 hat. Kind of because of the Oreo Ritz thing, I don't really have... I just find these 940 hats so comfortable, so I like to have them on hand. If you need a backup Blaney hat, this one works for me. It also kind of works for the Izod IndyCar series. Not as nice, but I do like it. It's a good beater hat. Certainly probably does better to the heat. And then I just randomly picked up this Junior Motorsports hat too. I can't remember if that got thrown in for free or not. This one though was like a big one for me. I love Dale Jr. in the 8, and kind of a mixture of two things. So when I do online racing and stuff like that, I typically don't like to be sponsored by beer cars. Not because I think there's anything wrong with beer sponsorship in racing. I think they've got some of the slickest paint schemes out there. But quite simply, kind of goes back to when I was a child. So before they implemented school uniforms and stuff like that, they would allow us to sometimes be able to bring like a hat in for recess or whatever. Well, I could only bring in like an Oreo Ritz or a number 8 hat, because if you got a Bud hat, you'd get it taken away from you. This is one other thing I meant to show off. I have an Alpha Energy Solutions number 41 Ben Rhodes hat here too from Thor Sport, from his personal website. So there's that. Throw those hats. So yeah, I can't really wear all of the stuff related to alcohol because I went to school and everything like that. And if I just have a base hat to kind of run with, like just a number 8, that works out well for me. Next up, because it was the 150th anniversary of the Cincinnati Reds, I went ahead and got these throughout the year. So we've got 1990 Cincinnati Reds jersey. Last time they won a World Series. Simple slip-on, but it works out great. Next up, I think this is 2015. It is not a current jersey. But we got a Reds home team jersey from Majestic. Cool base with all these. Cooperstown collection on the 90 jersey. Then we got this one, which is by far my favorite. This is the 1999 Cincinnati Reds jersey. Got red pinstripes, black sleeves, the Reds, big Reds emblem right there. This is the Cooperstown collection. Works out great. And I don't really like this next one too much, but it does offer a bit of contrast. I guess I could wear it like with the away stuff instead. We've got, I can't tell if this is black or gray. I think this is black though. We got a black striped Cincinnati Reds jersey. I really don't know what the difference is or why that's available on MLB Shop, but you got the Reds logo, home base, and then this black variant. It is what it is. I could see myself wearing this though, maybe more often to games or this to games. I don't know. I like them both. These two are a little bit more special just because they were only available for the 150th, and you can't find the 1999 jersey or anything else like that anymore. They're darn near impossible to get nowadays. Alright, next up. I did accidentally leave 3 shirts behind. Be real quick about this. Cincinnati Reds shirt, but this is customized. We got the 88. We got my name on there. I chose the 88 because my youngest brother actually wanted the 8. And Junior is my favorite driver. And, well, if I can't take the 21, because that relates to Sean Casey, who was my favorite first baseman for the Reds from back in the day, I might as well take the 88. And I think that works out actually pretty well. I can't think of any Reds player that maybe had the 88, but it is what it is. Next up, I used to have a Joey Votto shirt that I got at like a Walmart or something like that. I outgrew it. So, we've got a new Votto number 19 shirt. And last up, as the final object for shirts, is this. We got a Green Bay Packers jersey, Green Bay Packers t-shirt. I'll wear this along with the Green Bay Packers hat. Simple shirt, just to show that I'm a fan. And this is the last one. Yeah, this is like the last of maybe 2 things to show off real quick. So, this is actually the last one. Here we go. Got a Cincinnati Reds hat. This is from 47. I can't remember what company this is. It's a Coopertown collection. 47 brand, okay. But I like this. I got a Cincinnati Reds 150th pin here. And then we've got the old Big Red Machine stylized logo on the front there. This is a nice throwback hat. I actually got one for my dad in the regular season, and I liked it so much that I was like, I gotta get one of these myself. So now I have choices, at least when I go to Reds home games. I can either wear the modern day hat or wear a retro throwback. And if I wear a retro throwback, I could wear the 1990 Cincinnati Reds jersey, or when I go to Sports Gallery and meet various baseball players. So yeah. I'll put all these shirts away here in a minute. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Those are all the specialty shirts, all the specialty hats, all the cool stuff that I've got. So I will see you guys again very, very soon. We've got the NASCAR Icebreakers Cup Series going on this afternoon at Chicagoland. So we'll see you then. Until then, guys, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you next time.